Hello, hello, and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood stream. Alright, after some technical difficulties, which I seem to be having since the last stream, don't know why, but let's switch to the live screen and let's get cracking. Thank you. The occupation is ended then, and the people must be informed of our victory. But I will not simply give up Gosetsu for lost. Before aught else, we must needs search the ruins. Allow me, my friends. The castle is still collapsing into the river, and could easily drag you to your deaths. I can navigate the waters easily, without fear of drowning. Be reasonable, brother. You know he is right. Touche, a word if I may. My lord withdraws into himself, unable to turn his thoughts from the keep. He needs us now more than ever. My friends, I am returned. I swam as far into the ruins as I could. And? Did you find him? Nay, lady. Naught remains of the keep for me to search. Undermined from below and shaken from above, the manner of its collapse was most unusual. If the floor beneath him gave way before the rest, it is not impossible that he could have been sent tumbling into the river. But the water is thick with silt and debris. Despite my best efforts, I could not find him. I am sorry. There is naught for which you should apologize. Thank you, Sarabon, for taking it upon yourself to search. The castle is in ruins, and the people are eager to learn of the fate of their nation. We leave at once. Are you sure, my lord? The day is won, and the morrow beckons. It falls to us to greet it. I'm going down to the docks to see if I can get one of those Confederate ships to take us to the Enclave. Mayhap we should tell the others at the House of the Fairs to gather there. Magna and Sadu know naught of what happened in the castle. I will go and tell them. They fought valiantly and with honor, Serena. I pray you tell them that as well. You too, my friend, were instrumental in this triumph. I must insist that you be present when we bring these tidings to my people. Alright. Oh wait, that's not where I gotta go. You all look like shite. Captain thought you might need a ride to the Enclave. Ready to come aboard? Let's go. On you go then. Sit wherever you like. Don't know what happened in there, but it's over. You won. That's cause enough for celebration. And those people you're about to see need something to celebrate.
We brought everyone here. You were the last to arrive.
I see. Thank you. We owe the Confederacy a great debt.
I have waited 25 years for this moment. You owe us naught.
Look! It's Lord Leanne!
Lord Leanne!
It's him! He lives! He lives!
Some few words of encouragement would not go amiss, my lord.
Right. Yes, of course.
Off you trot then.
Right. Off I go. We are a sorry lot, are we not? Tired, dirty, stinking of blood and sweat and ash. A people pushed to the point of breaking. And yet, we won. The perseverance to endure decades of oppression. The will to carry on the legacy of those we have lost. These were the bonds that held us together and gave us the strength to reclaim our home. After 25 hard years, the shadow of the Empire no longer darkens these lands, and we may at last look forward to the dawning of a new day. But, my friends, it will be a day of work. So I ask you, have you yet the strength to stand? To rise up with me once more, here and now, and begin to rebuild our homeland?
Lord Leanne!
Doma! Doma!
This will not end with Doma. We will see to that, right, Lise?
Right.
Indeed. This is but the beginning. The tide is turning, and it shall soon bear us back across the seas and onward and to the next battlefield.
Hell yeah. Let's free Alamigo. And the entirety of Garabania. Honored hero, you seek passage across the One River. Yes, please. Are you quite certain you would not prefer to stay a while longer? There are sure to be festivities at which you would be the guest of honor, like as not. Very well. There are other ways in which we might celebrate, by rejoining the fight for freedom in Garabania, for one. Short though our time here has been, we have all come to regard this land and her people as our own, I think. But we have done that which we came here to do. Word of Doma's liberation will soon spread throughout the Empire, and we must seize this opportunity to rekindle the fires of liberation in the West. We dare not follow the Imperials we dare not allow the Imperials a moment's respite, lest they march on Doma again. For the sake of all concerned, we should leave immediately. Did I hear you right? You are leaving. I'm afraid so. We've got our own battle to fight. What about you? Will you be heading back to the steppes? Yes, the war here is ended, and there's no cause to remain. The Ornir and Dorthal have already withdrawn. I will follow them anon, but I wish to bid you farewell first. The Blue too must return to their homes, but we will be back. Doma has need of merchants and builders, and we are eager to offer our services. And just like that, our grand fellowship is broken? Without ceremony or pomp, you steal off into the dark? No matter, we have plenty to be getting on with. Places to be, people to rob, and so on. The captain never was one for mingling. I am a pirate. Give me a song at the tavern and I will be happy. Hobnobbing with Lord Hien? Nay. No taste for finer things. In any event, we need not part ways here. If you are for Kugane, we would be happy to take you. Her waters have always been fruitful. I wish you well in your journey, my friends. May you ever walk in crimson. Thank you, Cyrena, for everything. May the Kami speed you on your way, until we meet again. Naught remains undone. You are ready to depart? We're ready. To Kugane then. Have everything? Good. We will need to weigh anchor before the Sekisegumi arrive. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for what you did. Give my regards to the old Dawn. I informed Tataru of our coming. She and Hancock should be waiting for us in the Ruby Bazaar. Then it is here we part ways. Best of luck to you and yours in your piratical endeavors, I suppose. Hello, gamer! Hope you're doing well today. Or at least better than yesterday. Alright, I'm glad about that. You know, all day I don't have any problem talking, and then immediately as I go to stream, it feels like, oh no, now I have a cough and glass bones and paper skin and my throat is full of gunk, so I don't know what's up with that. Alright, alright. Welcome back everyone, and congratulations on a job well done. It is a pleasure as ever to see your smiling face, Tataru. Less so yours, Hancock, though Rasho and I are sincerely grateful for your assistance. Whoa, rude. Pleasure was all mine, Master Alphino, I assure you. Anyway, you will be glad to hear that I have already charted passage for you back to Limsa Lominsa. The ship is to leave its port this very day, but the captain has agreed to wait until the four of you have boarded. The four of us? You mean to stay here in Kugane? Yes. I gave it some thought, and I realized that even with Doma free, there is still need for a woman in the middle. Maybe even more than before, considering all the friends and alliances you've made. As I told her many times before, I would be more than willing to assist you. And as I told you many times before, I am not about to let you worm your way into our affairs and exploit our connections for your personal gain. Ah, must you always presume the worst? Yes. So there you have it. I will remain here for now. You needn't worry. I'm a regular at the hostelry and a half-dozen other local institutions. Everyone loves me. So, go. Don't let me keep you. Buy your supplies and souvenirs while you still can. When you've finished, make haste to the docks. Pier number 2, to be precise. I'll be waiting for you there. I think it might have been earlier on, but I saw a screenshot of whenever you talk during that specific quest to Alphino, he just says like, I might actually strangle this man with my bare hands. Which is a whole mood. But also, Alphino, you can't just say that. First to arrive, as always. Hopefully the others will not be far behind. Yep.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready to go?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your inquiries. Better to avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Naught to speak of, I assure you.
You there! Hold that ship!
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. I half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Upon learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
That too, aye. But there was something else I felt I had to say. You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid, and as there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense, to which we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did. Even the Empire has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma? And besides, so long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself and Gorsetzer?
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you to finish what we have started. You have it in you, Lys, to seize the future you want. Never forget.
I won't, Hien. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always. And that's a promise.
I will hold you to that. Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
Hurry up, you lot! The ship's about to weigh anchor!
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends, and may we meet again beneath a western sky.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
I always knew that woman was unfit for command.
Aye, when you think of all the resources we've poured into that hole, and for what?
The beast yet lives. Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws. I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
For Dolorem Lupus, come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by the Cranier Lupi.
Oh shit.
Xenosier Galvus, I presume. It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Good. Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I would not hear another sound pass her lips. Until I strip the fat from her.
Gotta kill him now. Especially, we gotta double kill him now, I should say. Back in Eorzea at last, ready to pick up where we left off and finish the fight. We're not who we were when we left. We're stronger and wiser. So let's do it. Let's get back to Alamigo and defeat Xenos once and for all. Here we are, home at last. I must say the journey passed more quickly than I had expected. That would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect. I should be glad that if we did not speak of that unpleasantness again. Ahem. But in spite of all that and more, we return better for the experience. And more importantly, triumphant. Indeed, and with Doma freed of imperial oppression, it is only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Alamigo. Well, I'm all for that, obviously, but I think you should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Toll before doing anything else. They'll be thrilled to hear what we've accomplished, and it'd sound better. It would sound best coming from you. Thank you. I shall do as you suggest. I see I am not too late. Admiral, what are you doing here? The East Aldenar Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Garabania? Aye, the Alliance still holds the wall, despite several Imperial counterattacks, but we have been unable to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides towards rebuilding their depleted ranks. They have even taken it upon themselves to attempt some few operations, with mixed results, I'm sorry to say. 'Twas a complication arising from one such venture which moved me to seek you out. During a mission to transport wounded resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Kryle Baldesian was taken prisoner. Kryle? Do they know where she is being held? They do not, but your comrades were informed at once, and I am told Thancred is in Garabania looking for her as we speak. How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Kryle taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Thank you for informing us. Tired though we may be, we must make haste to Castrum Oriens. Pray excuse us, Admiral, Lady Yugiri. Ah yes, Limsolaminsa, where everybody comes to dance. Alright. Thancred. There you are. You've heard the news. Broad stroke from Admiral Blufisman. What happened? Kryle and a squadron of resistance fighters were escorting Yerstola and several other wounded to the Rising Stones for further treatment when they were ambushed by Imperial forces. Ironfold and his men fought valiantly, but in the chaos... I will make no excuses. We failed to protect her. Do not be so hard on yourself. You protected Yerstola and the others, did you not? Tell us about the attack. It was the skulls. They knew a path across the wall we hadn't found. We thought we were safe once we reached the Black Shroud. We weren't expecting an ambush. During the fighting, I caught a glimpse of their leader's memories. It was all planned. The advantage of having a walker in the field. I'm not as strong in the echo as Dwache is, of course. Half the time it's enough to knock me on my ass, like I've taken a dose of concentrated ether. So you walked in for Dola's memories. What did you see? A woman promised the world, education, training, citizenship, all that and more if she but sold her soul. A traitor to her people, a pretender to her masters. It was Xenos himself that gave the order, told her to return with Kryle Baldesian, alive. Our agents have been carefully monitoring Imperial communications since the attack, but have yet to intercept any transmissions making reference to Kryle or her current whereabouts. If their orders were to bring Kryle back alive, we can save her if we move quickly enough. As you say, time is of the essence, which is why I intend to slip past enemy lines and see what information I can uncover on my own. In the meantime, it is up to you and our allies to command the Imperials' undivided attention. Lots of shouting and explosions and so forth. Keep them distracted, and I will find her. Very well. I wish I could do more to aid you, but I understand. Commander Kemp is on his way to the castrum as we speak for a meeting with General Alden. If you hurry, you could find him on the road and discuss the situation beforehand. I think Dwasha and I are going to go and see Conrad like he suggested. You all wait here. Oh. Hey guy. Well, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? It fills my heart with joy to see you two hale and healthy. Welcome home, Lise Dwashe. I'm sure you've heard about Kral by now. That's why we're here. I'm still not sure what to think about it, but we'll save her. We'll definitely save her somehow. I've no doubt that you will. You look stronger for your time in the Far East, lass, and that is good news for Kral. I'd like to think so, but enough about me. How is everything with you and the Resistance? Better than when you last saw us, and no mistake. Ironfall's been a godsend. Him and Manago and all the other young bloods have achieved so much in such a short time. We've been blessed to receive the support of the Flames Alamigan Brigade, who have been instrumental in freeing our countrymen from labor camps throughout Garabania, as well as some political prisoners from the city proper, believe it or not. Together with the refugees returning from Ulda and elsewhere, we've had no shortage of able-bodied men and women eager to join the cause. I knew you wouldn't stop fighting, even after what happened at the Reach. Force of habit, I suppose. Though we've come a long way, we still have far to go. But we will fight for every ilm, and sooner or later we'll get to Alamigo. But listen to me prattling on when we should be making haste to Castrum Oriens. There's no point you telling me everything now when you'll only have to say it all again for the Frame General's benefit. You're right. I'll go on ahead and tell the others that you're not far off. Alright, alright. Oh, wrong person. Bippin. You have spoken with Thancred then? Good. Take heart. If anyone can track her down, it's him. I believe I hear Commander Kemp's party approaching. If you are ready to address Father and the others, then let us be about it. There you are, and there's Commander Kemp, I see. I know you're eager to speak of our next move, but we would first hear more of your last. Tell us of your deeds in Doma.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Kryl.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamigan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Veladina. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulga's Beacon. For as Rulga once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
Rude. No more voices. The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castellum Veladina, the main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he has ordered Fordola and her men to see to the bridge defense. So we'll get to fight the skulls again. The Butcher is not to be underestimated. She is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike. But we have a plan to defeat her. First, we send an alliance force down the main road, signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. However, they will soon find that we are ill-prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee. I see. Show them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue. Aye. Fordola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We lure them as far as East End, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we should be able to keep the greater part of their garrison occupied, leaving us to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Very clever, I'm sure. But what are we to do if the Imperials smell a rat and return before we've taken the place? I don't need you to take Veladina, Commander Kemp. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You mean to trick them into believing that the bridge has fallen? Aye. We convince them Veladina is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust is settled, we regroup at the Castellum. What say you? It's a bold plan, but a good one. We'll do it. In that case, we shall support both the Resistance and Alliance forces. Dwache, Lys, Arenvald, I ask that you accompany Commander Kemp. Alice and I will remain here with the Flame General. We will return to Rogger's Reach and make our preparations. As soon as they are complete, we will join you in the field. Godspeed. Don't fight hard, fight smart, baby. In case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Velodina is bloody massive. It would take a dozen men to change it, and far too long besides. But there's no need for that, right, Monago? Not so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms, no. Ironvault, you are in charge of the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pearls. Lise, I want you to look in on the squadrons. Make sure they got everything they need. Everybody clear? Aye, sir. All forces are to depart for Castellum Corvae when ready. That will be all. Toache, stay with me a moment, if you would. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. Each of them has lost people, and I can tell it weighs on their hearts. There have been a lot of new faces since you were last here, so it's best if you just tell... Blah, blah. So it's best if I just tell you where to look. One is an officer you'll find in the barber. Another, an older fellow who likes to pass the time on the shores of Starfall. The last one is a fiery young lad from Little Alamigo, who I'm told trains by himself by the river to the fringes. You'll know them when you see them. Come and find me when you're finished. So, I like that the in-universe explanation of how they're gonna change the flag is actually like glamour prisms, which is also what you use to like make glamour outfits for yourself. So I really like that gameplay story crossover. Wait, I know you. Lieutenant Mumifo. It's an honor to meet you. I was living hand to mouth in Ul'dah, but decided to enlist in the flames after I heard tales of your daring do. And now, as fate would have it, I've been sent here to join the fight for my homeland's liberation. Ah, but this is no time to talk. I've got to prepare for the operation. Take care, Lieutenant. We'll give those Imperial Horsons what for. Okay, don't say that though. That's a little bit rude. Maybe I should read ahead. I say, if it isn't the lass who helped me find the word I misplaced. Ah, but there I go again, treating you as an equal. It wasn't till after you'd gone that one of my comrades pulled me aside and told me it was only the bleeding hero of Eorgia who had taken the time out of her busy day to help me. Well, what's done is done. But know that I will fight with every ounce of my strength in the coming battle, and the next and the next. Mayhap that will serve to repay the favor. Fare you well. Blush, am I right? I doubt that you remember me, but I'll never forget you. Saved my life in Little Alamigo, you did. Wilbert and the rest of us had got it into our heads that if we had enough crystals, we could summon Rogger like the Amalja summoned their gods. Thankfully, you put a stop to it. Ever hear of what happened to Wilbert? Joined the Braves when they came calling, only to turn up dead one day. Never found out how or why, but I reckon it doesn't matter. Dead's dead, after all. But at least he died doing what he thought was right. And maybe that's the best folks like us can hope for, eh? Not that I'm in any hurry, mind. I don't think my whale has a name right now. But I could think of one. Is there any kind of blue plant or flower? Whoa. You've had a word with the men I mentioned then? As I'm sure you've noticed, they've another thing in common aside from tragedy. You've touched each of their lives in one way or another. That's not the reason I wanted you to speak with them. A man who's lived in Garabania his entire life, who bore witness to the realities of the occupation for 20 unbroken years. A man who fled Alamigo in search of a new life, who swore to serve another nation, only for fate to conspire to send him back here. A youth born on foreign soil who never knew his parents' homeland, yet nevertheless felt kinship with our cause. 3 men, 3 stories, 3 reasons. Yet all belong to the Resistance. In growing larger, we've grown more diverse, and while there is good in that, there is also the potential for strife and discord. It would take a special sort to lead such men to Alamigo, don't you think? Good thing they got you. For now, but not forever. And to be frank, I don't always know what to say to the ones who left, not to mention the youths. Nay, the Resistance needs a leader with a wider view, someone who's not lived their whole life in Garabania, someone who's known death and hardship but not been ground down by them. Aye, as you may have guessed, I've been thinking of asking Lise, but it'll be her decision in the end. I trust I needn't say that this conversation is just between you and me. Good girl. Right then, we'd best head to Castellum Corvae, or what remains of it, rather. My first instinct is to say that the whale is called Blueberry. We'll lead the way while the other units launch their own separate attacks. Remember that we need to hold out until Monago sees to the flag. Got your gear in order? Any moment now. Let's go!
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nargo. You're making her nervous. We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way.
Right.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monago, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
Let's fucking go! Oh. Actually, Veronica, I kinda like that. Veronica the whale. Kill these bapsters.
Here it comes!
Oh, you got shredded. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Nice. Get the bridge.
Take this!
Wow. Think you're clever with all your little tricks. Think again. None of you are leaving here alive. Well, sorry to say Fordola, but I think you're about to
Meet my new friend!
Disappoint Xenos in a big way.
God damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this!
Get her these.
Look! The flag!
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo! Al amigo! Yeah!
Stand your ground! It's not over yet!
Isn't it though?
Damn it!
What happened to stand your ground?
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Fucking go!
Yeah!
Villadina is fallen? Impossible!
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
I like how fallback is just military terms for fucking run.
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No! But if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake.
I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
It's worth everything. It's a shame Fordola got away, but we did what we came here to do. I have to remind myself it's just the first step, but it's a big one. We're going to take it back, all of it. One ilm at a time if we have to. There's still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the Castellum. We'll need to search it top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. On second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work to be done, report to General Alden in Bittermill. Yes, so dude. I also want to bite attack kill. I love it. Sorry, dude. I gotta beat your ass. There we go. Lieutenant, all's well at the bridge. Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. Pippin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Villadina. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castellum to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Delight not overmuch in victory, not when there are battles left to fight. Our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. Skadoodle. Back so soon? I suppose the general and his men had matters well in hand. The vice-marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there'll be no one left to fight. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us... Commander Kemp, Marshal Terrapin reports that their sweep of the Castellum's interior has been completed. So it's finally over, eh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Castellum Villadina is well and truly ours. Mayhaps this calls for... Wait, where's Monago? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the M tribe where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Volodina had a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, it would be best if Monago were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. If that is your wish, then I have no objection. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. So, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but Seekers of the Sun, the kind of Mikote that both Y'shtola and Monago and a bunch of other characters are, their tribes are like a single letter, and that is what is in front of their name. So Monago is from the M tribe and Y'shtola is from the Y tribe. Which is a pretty fun naming convention. And it basically functions like a lion pack where there's one dude who is the Noon is what it's called, and he's the big boss around there. And he has all the children, and then there's the other guys who are called the Tia, used for their last name, who are just the guys, and maybe they'll one day fight the Noon and become one themselves. Yeah, like lions. Greetings, Scions. Do you wish to pass? Don't mind if I do. So, I plan on doing the Crystal Tower before we do Shadowbringers, because it has like story relevance to Shadowbringers. We'll see when exactly I do that, but in that quest there's a Mikote character called Graha Tia, so he's from the G tribe and he's not the big boss around there. That's basically how it works. I don't remember where Y'shtola gets her last name from, though. I'll have to look that up. The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana. The Kaliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Another day, another primal. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her unto this world. If this is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Sarisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Manago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Nope, I go too far. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and we come seeking Sarisha of the Vera. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them, but we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would not give. 'Twas the Kalyana broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the ether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess will be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The primal's motives will have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother who just borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may also have harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyana conception of Sri Lakshmi may be different from that of the Vera. This is true. The Vera and the Kalyana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vera, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will. And so we stand with the resistance against the Empire and give our lives for the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystals is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore our pride. Until reality asserted itself and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kalyana bade the Vera to make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake of their primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help them see reason? You can count on us. Then we shall, for without you we may be powerless to stop them. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajra will guide you to Janan Pot, and I shall pray for your success. The Ananta is so cool looking. Oh, shit. Well met, Scions. I'm Vajra, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. You are ready? You look ready. Janonkat. There you find the Kalyana crystals and Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. Okay, I know this is gonna sound like I'm just staring at her boobs, but I love all the details, like, on her chest piece. It's so pretty. Oh. She's not wearing any pants, so I can't look at those. Don't judge me! Janankat, the path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aetherite. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Bye, cool lady. I love you. Elephants. Cool. Excuse me. Why are you white?
does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
I was also quoting Mean Girls.
She hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alice, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor, misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
Fuckers!
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
We did it. Not yet. I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try, Dwache. I had to. I had to try, and I failed. So you have to fight. There's no other way. Never stop trying. It means a lot to hear you say that. It does. But it doesn't make it any easier to have to ask you to face that thing. We can but do that which is within our power. At least Alphino and I will go and seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Alright. Let's go. Less than 5 minutes. Alright. Time to chill out here. I'm jumping the wrong way. I can't get into it. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, I'll pour myself another cup. I have a tea called Autumn Storm. It is really tasty. Bro, I'm just sitting here. Bravissimo. Italian, I see. Is it marinara tea? Ah. Oh yeah. Opera singers take real good care of their vocal folds, I'll tell you what. Let's do a little dance while we wait. Got some other dances as well. Oh, this is not really a dance, but I love it. Alright, let's go. A most gentlemanly pose. Here we go. Another primal. Say hi to the team.
To criers, to violence. Open your hearts to me.
I really like the music in this one. Please. Whoa, shit.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Yeah, she should not be.
I shall free you from your hate.
You gonna res or what? Say goodbye to the main tank. Fuck's sake. Eyes already rest.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
Whoops. I think that was my bad. Oh no! My Moku, what are you doing?
Your souls are stained.
Jump off! Everybody's dead. So we have to reset. But some people don't get that. Alright.
Open your hearts to me.
I'm apart. Hurry up!
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
I don't know if you wanna pick up what she's putting down.
I shall free you from your hate.
Can't tell who's main tank.
Surrender to bliss.
I'm gonna run into you, don't worry.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
Whoa, okay. Don't stand there. Oh my god, are you guys insane? What are we doing? Close.
Your souls are stained.
Yep.
I shall free you from your hate.
LB? LB? But it's somewhere else. Ah! Stop running! Oh my god. What is it with people who have a giant stack marker on them who just get the urge to run away? Like, guy, we have to do that with all of us. Stop. Okay. We did it. Holy shit. It was. Guess you'll get my recommend. GG. Goodbye. At least I got 5 player commendations.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Inanta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Girabania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo. Uh-oh.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
That would be very girl boss of her. God, she is fucked up and evil, but I do feel bad for her a little bit.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble so? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
Hello, mad scientist character. Much to think on. I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind. We'll deal with that when the time comes. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Alright, no worries. Have a Have a good appointment. Yeah, good stream. See you later. Let us bear word of them to blah blah. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Vera Nilia. Don't know why I had so much trouble pronouncing that word. Ah, the winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kalyana sisters in her thrall. For this we thank you. Dwashe did the deed. We were but witnesses to her heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there is no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sisters' plight at our peril, this we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, Alamigas and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vera. On that you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sarisha, for everything. I'll just check something real quick. Ooh. We're getting real close to the end of this thing. Depending... I've still got 45 minutes left. Yeah, I think next stream might be the end of the main story of Stormblood. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Terrapin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi's gone. But I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible! I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You saved a lot of lives, Dwashe. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kalyana's supply of crystal must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient ether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then. What news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the skulls in the remainder of the garrisons have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Velodina. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally. He was also most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the Warrior of Light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or quick as her, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. Aye, you've earned this respite, so enjoy it. And the same goes for you, Minago. You've been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. Hehe, looks like it's up to me and mine to give you lot a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of the Veladina. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. I love low poly turkey. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, come, eat your fill of our food, and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Theodoric, Gaius, of course Father and Ida had to fight. I would have too if I'd been older, but they didn't have to die. Never ends, does it? They call us beasts, and they treat us like them. They push and push and they... Until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better and it just goes on and on and on? There is no justice, just us. I know. That's why we're here, isn't it? Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Yawn. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Dwashe. Lovely. Alphino. There is something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? Must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Oh, clown outfit. Perfect. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced onto the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There's a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Yum yum yum. Science, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Alagiri and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operation in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads if you pass, eh? The peaks.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
Whoops, I was muted. As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those three towers to the east? That's her. Yeah. It's kind of vaguely over there. It's a sandstorm right now. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Veladina was so important, eh? Right then, come along, they're waiting for us in Alagiri. Dust storm. Mamma mia. Wow. Here we are, the new base of operation for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves, and join us when you are ready. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. That everyone? Then let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperials' motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris. And Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I will hold the Scions in reserve at Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute, we should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Duashe after what she's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. Don't do anything too reckless, alright? I won't. I'll promise I'll do what Conrad says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alice can stay with Duashe. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. Yeah, you have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Always spying.
Found you.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Arenvold's squadron. They are already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Yay! lamp. Give me a moment, Washay. Say that again, if you would. No, maintain your distance from now. Understood. Give me apprise of any developments. That was Arnvald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Dwashe? Any trouble? And here I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula and Imperatoris is going well. Well, maybe we'll find out.
You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The Skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Alfred, Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
That sounded kind of familiar. But also, what a fucked up day. You're just gonna kill your own people because Xenos say so? Well, I guess that's what you've been doing all this time, so never mind.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
By the 12th, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Castra Mabania. But that was an Imperial installation and their troops are still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. This way, there's no time to lose. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother right now. Gotta go in. I'm glad you're here, Lieutenant. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us, on Specula Imperatoris. I didn't think they had it in them. To kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating, and many remain unaccounted for. Alice, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families, just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north. You take the east. Yeah, that was real rough. Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Just give me a moment to let this world stop spinning, would you? There, Alagir is not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. You're gonna be real happy with those clothes in this hot weather. Ugh, everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Tuashe Mumafe, Ward of House Forton. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then, and now. I can walk. Thank you. 1,000 times. Thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Now go, put him down over there. Oh boy.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castra Mabania. Poor Conrad, man.
Next round, double the charge.
Oh, look at his.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
Good luck.
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
Coming to rip your head off. Oh man. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful solution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God says my witness, there will be a reckoning. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it off here for tonight. Because that was a lot, and also it's been 3 hours. So, let's go to the stream ending screen. Oh. Thank you for watching and for being here. I will let you know when I stream next time. And until that time, I'll see you again. Goodbye, goodbye.